Hello, welcome to my channel, Organized with Joy. I'm Joy and I want to inspire you to get organized. In today's video, I am going to be doing a little bit of a makeover on our pantry. And I actually have another video where I cleaned out and organized this pantry, so I can link that video. But for a long while now, there's a few things that have bothered me about the functionality of my pantry, and so I'll talk to you about what I wanted to do differently. So this is our pantry right here. It's relatively small, however, it is very deep. I need to find an efficient way to use the space behind the food that's in the front. So currently these baskets right here I purchased when we moved into our first home, and that was 15 years ago now. I think almost 16 years ago. So I've had these baskets for a long time. I don't usually like replacing plastic things, but in this case, I've had these for a really long time. I might try to repurpose these, and if not, I will definitely pass these on to someone who is wanting to get their home organized. But the thing that I don't like about these is the profile. They have like a lip right here, so it makes the basket seem wider, or it takes up more space than it should. As you can see, I do have several of these baskets. So first of all, I want to replace those baskets with a lower profile basket that fits more nicely in the space. A few years ago, I purchased all of these boxes for food, and I need to update some of the labels to reflect what we have been currently buying. Also, this can system that I have a tiered stand back there for the cans, but as you can see, this isn't really working for us because so many things get put in front of those cans. So I was thinking about potentially using baskets to store canned goods as well. I also have a lot of these jars, which I absolutely love to store food in. So I will definitely continue using those. But I mainly just need to find a more efficient way to get back to the items in the back. I feel like I'm often just like moving, there's like layers and layers, so I'm like moving things to get to the very back layer. So I purchased additional baskets similar to these but a lower profile to use so that I can more easily get to all of those foods back there. A lot of the food that is in the back is kind of backup food. I do shop at Costco, so I end up having multiples of the same item, and I have been, especially lately when I'm filming this. This is during quarantine time because of the coronavirus, so I have a little bit more back stock than I ordinarily would, so I would like to get those organized into bins. These right here are the bins that I purchased for this project. They are from the Container Store. This video is not sponsored, but I do really love these bins. I have purchased them for other organization projects throughout my home, and I really like the way they've held up and their usefulness. The other thing that I was thinking about doing is potentially painting the inside of my cabinet. I follow a gal on Instagram who, she has a walk-in pantry, so slightly different, but she had painted hers a dark color and it looked really cool. But I was inspired by this flyer from the Container Store. I really loved the way that looked, and so I was thinking about also painting the inside of this, removing all of the liners that I put down. Several of them are getting like pulled up in places and like holes in places. So I'm hoping that this will make it so that it just looks a lot neater on the inside. And several years ago, I painted our cabinets. It's been probably 9 years ago now that I painted our cabinets, and I really loved the product that I used for that, which was a Rust-Oleum product that I'll share with you later on in the video. But again, not sponsored, but I do really love this product. I did want to show you, so this was, like I said, 9 years ago. This cabinet is probably used more than any other cabinet because it is our pantry. So you can see there is some spots that have worn away, but in general, it has really held up well throughout the years. So I've been pretty impressed with this product. I start this project by completely emptying the pantry. Next, I am going to pull up the old contact paper. And after that, I'm just going to use an all-purpose cleaning spray with a damp microfiber cleaning cloth to just clean everything as good as I can. The first step is to use this liquid degausser. It's also called liquid sander, and you use it in place of sanding the surface. And in the kit, they provided this scrub pad, and that's what you use to apply it so that it scrubs all of the excess dirt off. You might have noticed on the product it said furniture transformations, and they actually have two different products that are essentially identical. One is called furniture transformation and the other one is called cabinet transformation. The only difference is the amount of paint and how much it costs. So the furniture transformation is just a little bit less expensive. It's less paint, but given that this project was relatively small, I didn't need as much paint as the cabinet transformation kit. To wipe off the degausser, you just use some wet paper towels to make sure you get it all wiped off the surface, and then after you're finished with that, you'll need to let the space dry for at least an hour. second step is called the bond coat, and this is just the color that you choose. There's two different types of kits. There's a light kit and a dark kit. Obviously I chose the dark kit, and there's different colors you can choose in that kit. I chose black. After the first coat dries, I wait at least an hour and then I do a second coat. As you can probably see, this is definitely a tedious process, so if you're interested in trying out this product, just be sure that you know that it does take quite a lot of time, especially if you want to make sure you're doing a meticulous job. While the paint dries, I'm just going to go ahead and organize these baskets.
bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see.
Here I'm just making a new label for one of the boxes. I really like these old school analog label makers.
We can sit together.
I'm also going to clean off each of these canisters just with a multi-purpose spray and some paper towels just to get them all cleaned off and to get all the fingerprints and food that's been stuck on the side.
Forever free.
The last step is this protective top coat. It's similar to kind of like a polyurethane type coat.
To see the truth around you, from a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
I'm just showing you a few clips of me applying this. I think it would get really boring, even in fast speed, to watch me actually paint every layer that I painted. I do a second coat of this top coat as well. I'm going to use this Goo Gone product to remove the old labels from these canisters. I really love this product. I think it works well.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me.
I'm going to start the process of putting my things back in the pantry by putting the things that I know where they're going to go. I know this is where I want them and where they fit best. Next, you will see me arrange and rearrange again this space to just try to find the perfect setup that I like as far as usability and aesthetics. And I do want to encourage you, the pantry is just something that's ever evolving, so it does need to be reorganized and maybe reconfigured to try to figure out what works best for you. I can't tell you how many times I've rearranged this pantry in the past, not just with this project, but just in general, trying to find something that works efficiently for me.
In the great outdoors, forever free.
Oh dear. Well, on this shelf, it's already getting scratched up, but this is the only shelf that's like this, and I think this is because I didn't clean it as good as I should have. This shelf in particular was really dirty from oils, but the basket that I have, I don't have to pull it in and out a lot like I would some of the snack baskets. So for now, I'm not going to worry about it. I might go back and fix this at a later point, but just thought I'd show you that. And here, you know, I'm getting serious because I'm putting my hair up. It reminds me, my husband and I are watching that TV show, A Series of Unfortunate Events, and it reminds me of Violet Baudelaire when she has some serious work to do. She puts her hair back. Once I find the perfect setup, then I begin attaching these labels to the bins. And you'll notice here in the next scene that the light, it gets much brighter, lighter. I'm so sorry, for most of this video I had my camera on the wrong setting and I was so frustrated when I watched this footage back and saw how dark it was. So I apologize for most of this video being so dark. Initially, I wasn't going to put labels on the baskets that were back behind, but ultimately I decided to go ahead and make labels for those baskets as well. This video inspired you to maybe clean out or reorganize your pantry or maybe some other space in your home. Thank you for watching my video today, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing.